Once upon a time, in a small village in Rajasthan, there lived a queen named Madhuri. She was kind, but her life was full of hardships. Everyone in the kingdom loved her, but she had one sorrow: she had no children. She went to many saints and monks to pray, but she was hopeless. One day, the queen went to the Shiva temple and started praying. Just then, a strange wind started blowing around, and light came out of the Shiva lingam in the temple. Madhuri was surprised to see a voice coming from that light. That voice said, "You will have a child, but for that, you will have to take a difficult test. Are you ready?" The queen opened her eyes while praying and asked, "What test do I have to take?" That voice said, "You will have to spend 10 nights in the deep forest, where you will face fear, pain, and death. If you survive, you will have a godlike child." Queen Madhuri agreed and entered the forest. On the first night, strange sounds were heard around. Suddenly, a huge tiger stood in front of the queen. Everyone thought that the tiger would tear her apart, but the tiger looked at the queen and sat down on the ground. On the second night, the queen saw a black shadow floating in the sky, calling her name. However, she closed her eyes and continued praying. On the third night, the queen saw a huge snake, which was moving around her. But surprisingly, the snake just looked at the queen and snorted and disappeared after a while. Thus, every night was full of thrill and suspense. But the queen never broke down. On the 10th night, she entered the depths of the forest, where a white light appeared. After reaching the source of that light, she heard a heavenly voice saying, "Your test is over. Now joy will come into your life." A few months later, a son was born in the queen's lap. But at the moment of birth, something happened that terrified everyone in the village. The sky was covered with dark clouds, lightning began to fall, and the shadow of a huge snake appeared on the ground. The villagers said, "Is this child ordinary, or an incarnation of a god?" The child was named Gogaji. From the moment he was born, a kind of light began to emanate from his body. When Gogaji was 5 years old, a huge snake came through the village and lay down at his feet. Everyone fled in fear, but Gogaji placed his hand on the snake's head and said, "You are my companion. Together we will save this world." This miraculous birth story of Gogaji Maharaj still burns in the hearts of people with a mixture of mystery and devotion.